really put them to bed.
Kind of early. It was all good. Everyone got hit out.
Denied. Interrupted the
Whoa. How's no one dying? Whoa. They might actually win. Wait, how did no one die to that strange goal?
And on the Wolverine play, where you're not running the Groot, or rather, when you're trying to take down the other side, you are using Wolverine here to just deal with the front line, deal with what's on the other end, and okay, now we flip things here properly. All's right with the world.
He could have took him off the map so easy.
Gonna find one. I don't think they're able to clean it up just yet. Oh, they are. They're gonna find Mace. So that's an early, great first pick there. Off the leap. A lot of pressure here from Shroud X onto the point now with Monster going down. So this should just be a very nice flip. And there's gonna be some more chases, some more staggers going down. And for Shroud X looking very confident here on this Wolverine comp.
Also, I know why I'm still was a little bit discombobulated. Even in the draft, the teams are flipped. So, okay. Now...
So it's production's fault. You know what? Get a lot of value here on the Star-Lord to push him out, especially because there's not a ton of anti-air here with the Wolverine. But I mean, velocity down again already. Usher is going to be holding on to the Karmic Revival, so there's a chance for them to get some respawns back in.
Rod meanwhile comes on in, off the Galactic Legend, able to take down Nuck. A little bit of life now for Citadel Gaming. Flash of Barrage up and over. Fate of both worlds going to be dropped here by Shroud X. And now, Kraken Impact in here from Vision, looking to keep Shroud X in control of the point. Dogman on the Mace. So, Shroud X trading out effectively here, still able to delay onto the point for a little bit longer as he doomed up here over the top. Mace going to be brought back in via the Revival. So, Citadel still in on the point, but if you're Shroud X, you're totally okay with this delay right now at best.
And they are going to have that God of Mission with the Fatal World copy to just keep them up a little bit longer. Really good hook there, too, from Vision. Just keeping the pressure up, getting the bonus health. So Citadel Gaming, they're still trying to break this hold. They're not able to find anyone just yet. Fraud running back in, looking to find one, but they have to worry about the Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah. Meteor M, meanwhile, from Mace over. Not going to get anything. Fraud coming back into the self-res. And in control of the still Shroud X. Not looking to be moved here one bit. Fraud to try and crack it open here. Another Galactic Legend.
I think we got a nice Shroud X 3-0 here.
Anything. Meanwhile, we lose Usher.
We're going to be honest.
Able to take down one. Get some vision here in the back line. Still needs a little bit more. 99% right now for Shroud X. Dropping down his Star-Lord. But in both worlds, going to be invested here by Shroud X. And they're nice and alive. So Citadel still trying to find a way to remove Shroud X off the point. Dogman is down, and they may have gotten the crack in the dam they were looking for.
Maybe so, but I mean, Nuck with the copy still gonna have another Fatal World. They're gonna have the Strangling Prison available here just to make it through the Sonic Seduction. Gonna pop this here late in the fight. I don't know if there's any strategy, they might be able to clean it up here.
Yeah, and Citadel, they're gonna get the flip off of this finally here. And I mean, the one upside, they are running the comp they're running. Galactic Legend getting a fade. No pickoffs resulting from it. Fraud actually in a little bit of danger. Group wall in his way, ends up backing out. Now you gotta look to Mace. Meteor M is good to go. We're in overtime. Velocity is down. Citadel just getting chopped up in the back line by Doomed.
Cool. I mean, Karmic Revival is going to be up for Usher here, and they are going to also have the usual boundary of Valentina Eve. But the problem here is they have to finish out this point now, right? They don't have any. They don't have any DPS souls, no dual souls up available here. Mace going to hold on to the Meteor M to maybe burn through one of the strategy souls, and they need to get one from this.
And they get 0. Is where it's at right now. And 0 coming in from the Meteor M. Citadel gonna be delaying, looking for the miracle. No longer in control of the points. Not even getting progress and Vision with the Kraken Impact. Gonna find 3. More and more coming on in from Shroud X, and that should be the round.
And you'd be correct.
However, softened up a little bit is Shroud X. Siox actually gonna come in here with Kraken Impact. All ults being burned for Citadel Gaming. Looking for anything right now, and instead, Doomed with the last stand. Takes down Mace. Pierces into the back line, puts Shroud X up one, and it's just not going well for Citadel Gaming here so far, Bass.
Yeah, I mean, they're also committing the God Initiative, though, for velocity as well, so they want to stay in this fight. But right now, Shroud X, everyone's up. They still hold on to a Fatal Worlds there for Fidel as well, so there's still plenty of options to keep them in the fight. Strangling Prison going to come out, and I think that should just turn it here.
Vision, investing Kraken Impact. This is a full cleanup. Kraken Impact drops on in, has one reset here so far, picks up another, up and over he goes. And right now, it's just about get off the point. First control yet to be grabbed by either team, but with the Kraken Impact that just will not stop. It's looking like Shroud X will get first control.
They're not going to have the Fatal Worlds. They have a Galactic Legend. They have a Kraken Impact. Surely they can make something happen here after forcing the Regeneration Domain.
Fraud, though, instead gonna get hooked to ground, but okay, Galactic Legend still up. Punishes Vision for the hook attempt. Up one is Citadel Gaming. Down 54%.
We get a Valentina
win, but guess what? Here comes Dogman into the, or Doomed into the back. Finds Monster, opens the way. Shroud X with vicious cleanup.
Dogman hit like a 10-man hole every fucking hole.
Only one over. Gonna hold on to last moment. Shroud X and do Fate of Both Worlds. And they do it first, so Valentina a little bit later. Meanwhile, Pulse Cannon over, finds impunity. Crucial early pick here from Citadel Gaming. Now, can they get a little bit more? They're in overtime. They cannot back down. However, they lose a Vanguard of their own. Vision, able to hit pay dirt. Off the Kraken impact and a little bit fall through thereafter. Nuck though, strategist about to be fading. Fraud, Omega Hurricane went into the back. Now looking for Shroud X off the point, picks off one in Vision, and the point nearly flipped in favor of Citadel, but even if they get this now, Vast, it's gonna be a long way to go.
I mean, they're pretty much back in a similar situation they were on the first point earlier here for Super Soldier.
Good try, Citadel.
Fake. They have to just...
What?
His time going for the abduction.
Wait, should we right-click
Not
there?
quite gonna connect. Still has the last stand ready to go as we hit our follower goal at 10,000. Thank you everyone for hitting the button. As we hit the button, so does Doomed. Up and over, finds Mace.
As we hit the follower goal, going
again,
into the
they
next
cannot
fight.
lose this fight or the map is over. And right now, trading out kind of evenly. Fraud getting decent value as the Storm up in the skybox.
Yep.
Dongman though, going
Dongman
in.
always gets at
only
least 2 with
velocity,
it all.
but that may be enough. The fall through is instantly there, and Shroud X nearly has this one in the bag.
Well,
I think off of that, Dongman has maybe sealed the deal here for the map. Mace going over the Doctor Strange to get this portal up to go for this last contest. It's just gonna be Mace though, no ult just
yo,
available.
Harvey, like when Terra is saying like, listen, yo, like shut up, everyone shut up, yo, shush. Like who is he talking to? Is he talking to you mainly?
He gets one pick on the Fidel. Really good start here for Citadel as they look to hang on to here. Shroud X starting to fall by the wayside. If you're Shroud X, you still have time. You can go for the reset, and you are forced, in fact, to do so. Force around 3. Shroud X looking to put away Doomed, eating a lot of poke damage here at the beginning, nearly going down. Knock, can we drop down? Nagamoto, meanwhile, used by Mace. Got Fidel in the back, and the fall through's gonna be there.
Wait,
Fraud following up.
hold on. Citadel's winning.
By the front line.
Wait.
With the pulse cannon, Citadel Gaming finding their footing, gonna bring this one to a 3rd round after a very rocky start.
How'd they just win?
And all off that back of that incredible recontest from Mace and Fraud. Just makes it back also to a degree almost better because you get even more room from the aura almost, right? So you have that option is already, even with the leap, they're going to use the Omega Hurricane to try to take some pressure off, but a little too late.
The Wolverine is like so broken.
Really early. Regen Domain's going to come out. The Omega Hurricane going to be forced on back. Shroud X working
if you
at a
bind fucking
right
mouse
now
wheel
in
down to
this first
jump,
fight.
you can bunny hop all the way across the map with your first shift.
Forward all the way.
Shift
Doomed
E,
able to get some
bunny hop
isolation
across the
on
whole
the Mace.
fucking map.
And Vision with the fall through on the Fraud.
You can literally get to their fucking side before they even like walk out of spawn, basically.
And there's going to be a lot of pressure here.
Doomed camping the high ground. Instead, it's going to be the low ground approach from Citadel Gaming. Doom, though, taking a walk over to the right. A huge pick up and over. However, it's not actually fall through on. Still alive. Was the leap target. Meanwhile,
what happened to
Usher coming on over, dropping Pulse Cannon. No kills resulting from it. Shroud X weathering the storm from Citadel Gaming here so far. Last ult up here for Citadel. Meteor M. Mace getting super low. Falls in and gets knocked. Quick low slam dunk from Citadel Gaming, keeping them alive. However, Doomed was able to go over, takes down the Emma, and still a tough engage from Citadel Gaming as we're starting to fall bit by bit.
And Dogman just keeping that pressure on the entire time. Despite what was a great Sonic Seduction, just wait a minute. Here it comes. The stagger onto Valentina Eve. Oh no, it's gonna be, I mean, that's an extra like.
And that looked like it was completely locked in. Just a little bit off was Doomed. Here comes Fraud. Omega Hurricane into the back, gonna be forcing out Fate of Both Worlds in turn. Usher, though, in the chaos, picks off Impunity. A massive early pick right now for Citadel Gaming with their backs against the wall.
There's no way they come back again, right?
Hanging in the balance. Shroud X, though,
I
we're gonna back up a little
bit
here. Wait for a full 6. Doomed gets enough time to go to the back line.
It's magic.
Dash here in real danger.
No.
And now getting super low. Under fire from all ends and ends up falling. Not the engage Doomed was looking for, and the rest of Citadel just roll into the back and Shroud out because Usher is who you want to really put them to bed.
Kind of early. It was all good. Everyone got hit out.
Denied. Interrupted the
Whoa. How's no one dying? Whoa. They might actually win. Wait, how did no one die to that strange goal?
Despite the ridiculous Agamotto from
Dogman. What the fuck?
Wait, really a lot of credit there to the Vanguard line for Citadel.
They got the support off.
Now, you look over to the Iron Man.
You got ult, nice.
For the Pulse Cannon. Pulse Cannon charged up.
Oh, that block.
No, not gonna get what looking for. Still at a regen domain down. Shroud X.
I don't think it matters anyways. They Loki lamp.
The Loki clone. Move on in for a dance of their own. Vision has the Kraken impact ready to go. Could put this away here for Shroud X. With the right opportunity, Dogman takes down one. Citadel down a player right now, and the worst may still be yet to come. Mace gonna try and equalize.
Oh.
Meteor M turns, fires, finds Nuck.
Nope,
Citadel Gaming.
Oh, that was
alive,
late.
but here comes Vision into that.
Did you have
Impact
it?
has
I
already
think she
grabbed
just got it.
Goes for the reset. They not get another.
Wait,
Instead,
Dogman kind of threw with that ult.
The corner. A little bit of control coming in here from
No way
Monster,
they
who puts
lost.
Vision in the ground. Citadel Gaming fighting
No
on back.
way.
Looking for a little bit more.
What
Shroud
the
X, maybe
fuck?
done.
This is
I think that Doom
insanity,
can get the
bro.
last second touch there. Is gonna have doesn't have the passive up just yet, and that's gonna be the map.
Kid.
And so well played from Citadel Gaming, in particular.
Securing a early kill even against triple strategists. But here we go. Fraud up into the air. Galactic Legend going to be used, and everything is popped against it. Regen Domain and Invisible Boundary, which honestly not the worst trade in the world. Meanwhile, Impunity drop the Strangling Prison up and over, setting up Vision for the Kraken impacts. 2 already down. Looking for a little bit more. Goes to sleep. Now, a little bit tired after all of that. And Karmic Rebirth comes on in, but the fall through, they instantly be there. Dogman dropping the Yakov. Stuns coming on in. Rez, though, in turn, Citadel Gaming not falling here just yet. Silent Seduction on deck. Doom, though, last stand up, over, trying to cut it to pieces. Gets a little bit more. Gets the abduct here on to the group. Monster gonna be dead, and this time staying
I wonder
there.
if
Citadel Gaming still tries to make something work.
I wonder if Citadel is
potentially
ever
Shroud
gonna
X.
like hold
This is
tab
very,
and be
this
like,
is very,
wait,
very bad news for Citadel Gaming right now, because
we've
currently
lost
with
this
no
with this
Magneto,
Adam
both
Rose comp
Vision
5
and
million
Doom
times
are going to
so
be
far.
extreme nuisances. Now the
let's
fight
stop
is still
playing.
ongoing. They're going to
We
have the
haven't won a
Galactic
single
Legend,
team fight with
but
this comp
they need to
yet.
get some value from it right
get
now,
off
or
it.
else, I mean, we're getting to like a 99 on the bank here for Shroud X.
And you know, a key difference here is
Last
that
game, they didn't
you
win a
don't
single
have
team
Meteor
fight with
M
this comp.
that can be
They
followed
fucking
up here
fought 10
after
times.
the Galactic Legend the way they had before.
Let's get off
Mace
it
not
and
being
try
on
to win.
Magneto just has definitely seemed to be a huge detriment to Citadel Gaming here so far, but they are fully reestablished.
Wait,
Gonna get
they
the
can win this
Clone
there.
Soul
Nope, GG.
Resurgence. Not the most common Loki clone target, but is one you're gonna be seeing here.
Yeah,
Shroud X
Groot.
dropping the Invisible Boundary in turn, and not really
Bucky
feeling
ult.
too afraid of it here, Vash. Just chilling out in the boundary.
And
Doom,
once
meanwhile,
Groot
off,
Bucky ult
looking for
happens,
targets.
it is
Vision,
going to be a
Kraken Impact
legitimate
good to go as soon as
genocide on
Impunity
site.
can drop the prison. Here's the prison. There's the impact. As Falter going to be there, looking for it. Gets reset number 1. Here comes number 2.
There it is.
And Shroud X should be easy clip for here as the Kraken impacts keep on coming.
And the Galactic Legend, I mean, not finding much. Karmic Revival going to be available for Yusher there. You're bringing everyone up, but once again, we're in this situation where, okay, great, we have a Karmic Revival, awesome. We're going to have some ults, but we got to touch the point. We have to win this fight from a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, you get the revival, but is it going to do anything for you in the fight right now? It's letting you delay, but you need pickoffs. Meanwhile, Doomed just lifts them off the point for the forcible C9.
Shit on badly,
Which
kid.
just means
Now, Citadel Gaming just playing this point really aggressively with the Storm. They've gone back to the Flyer composition with Yusher also going to the Iron Man. So they kind of heard my pleas, and they're going to be playing this double Flyer comp.
Rod, Omega Hurricane tries to wait till the last possible second before dropping it. Invisible Boundary, though, still going to be negating a lot of it. Okay, Fraud goes in, and the Tornado is immediately quelled. Impunity, having none of it. So you're down to Storm early on, not the start Citadel Gaming was looking for. And now, Doomed going, hey, Emma, what's up? Come on over here, meet my friends. And Emma just getting sliced to bits. However, Invisible Boundary is going to come on down. Citadel Gaming able to heal on up. Pulse Cannon in from Yusher. Does not get anything.
Fuck
Shroud
is
X
happening?
still very healthy here on the point. A point which no one has capped yet, I may add. But first pick off, gonna go the way of the Mace. Able to find Vision. A little bit of life now for Citadel Gaming as Mace coming alive here on the Emma.
Okay, and Citadel Gaming gonna get the first flip.
Nagamoto ready to go. Citadel, though, super stacked in their ult bank, so they need something sooner rather than later. Mace, though, with the Sonic Seduction and the Pulse Cannon on top. Gonna take down 2. Vision, though, gonna res themselves. No Karmic Revival, though. Ready to go. A
Now
losing
Shroud
fight this
X
feels like
goes
right now
the
for
res
Shroud
comp.
X. At this
What?
point, I feel like you gotta go for a bit of a reset.
You guys are addicted to
Now
losing.
they did get a decent amount of ults out of Citadel.
First, Galactic Legend. In
Did this guy just solo ult a
to the
Doctor
backhand
Strange on
side,
Storm?
looking for anything here, or at least get some resources down. You mean Dogman goes over and in, hits 2 with the Eye of Agamotto, but the fall through is not there. Dogman immediately dies right on after. BRB, bring him back in the fray. Shroud X, though, struggling on this initiation here. Citadel,
Wow.
really good. The punish from Fraud onto
Shroud X is
Impunity.
like
And Shroud X is looking lost
very
on the
good.
second round. Vision, able to find 1. See if Shroud X can turn it around, but it's looking tough here, Vass.
Vision needs more. Vision needs more pressure. Doom keeping the pressure there on the velocity. What a good find as well. And right now, the duelist players for Shroud X, Doom doing a really good job also of just navigating around the point, keeping the pressure away from the rest of his front line and the rest of his back line. And I think Doomed and Vision, they might have turned it. This is a little scary for Shroud X.
Well, Shroud X, I think all eyes got to be on Dongmin here if they want to take this round, even up the series 1-1. Dongmin, what you got? Vision, under all sorts of pressure, just barely saved by the invisible wind shield. Dongmin staying here on the point. Invisible boundary dropped by Citadel Gaming. Everything being put on in. Dogman super low, 200 HP. Needs a little bit of reprieve. No, the Omega Hurricane comes in from the back. No healing in from Dogman. No Eye of Agamotto to be used. And Citadel Gaming just about there. Vision though, 2 picks later in the fight. Shroud X gonna have a portal, I believe, in just a moment here to maybe keep this one going. Doom doing a great job of dealing here at the point. Overtime, ticking on down. Is there gonna be a portal?
Whoever
opens and it's not
plays
in time.
100 Thieves in the finals is getting
just not quite fast enough. And I'm really
straight
so important there, making this.
Citadel Gaming still down 1, getting forced off the point a bit. Shroud X unable to find the important next pick to send this their way. Vision, meanwhile, gonna go to the sky, getting the barrier from Emma, really reducing how much they can deal with it. Yusher, though, finds Fidel while this is going on, gets one shot just down. And Citadel Gaming now maybe working at the edge here of Vast.
And Fraud, very uncontested currently. Gonna have the Omega Hurricane as well. Going here through the mist. I mean, Vision already down, so a little bit unfortunate there. Gonna remove the regeneration domain. Damn. Should just clean up these frags.
I'm pretty sure Citadel is actually gonna win.
Citadel Gaming, I mean, the duelist picks here doing so much for them. I mean,
this
Fraud
is
keeping this pressure on, and Fraud
can open up here with the Sonic Seduction. Dogman still hanging on to the Eye of Agamotto. Impunity is down. If you're gonna make a move, it has to be soon. Doomed getting really low. Healed up at the same time, and no, still bursted by Fraud. Shroud X losing player by player. Dongman finally drops the Eye of Agamotto, but we've got nothing for it in turn. Shroud X working at a big disadvantage as Mace on the Emma Frost really fighting their groove, getting cleanup after cleanup, and again, Shroud X finding themselves down to one last fight of Ast.
And getting this much value for Mace just popping this Sonic Seduction, something that just can't happen there with Shroud X when they also have Dongman, just should be able to block a lot more of that, just deny.
We can just blame them.
But they did not, so 90%. In the bank here for Citadel Gaming, they have plenty of ults on board. Shroud X looking to make the recontest. Doom going to be swapping to the Psylocke here, hoping to get to the back. Also just be a fast hero in general for the contest. As Monsters heading to the back line, looking to make some more presence.
It's gonna open up with the Mega Hurricane and just 2 picks in the neutral before any ults are used. Shroud X may be about as cooked as a well-done steak. The Mega Hurricane off into the back. Fraud blowing them all over. Citadel Gaming.
Guys, blowing them all.
Just about done it here. On map number 2, gonna rip it away from Shroud X.
Map 2 going away to Citadel Gaming. I mean, a team that we both just Puny banner that's available now. Citadel Gaming, they're playing really far back. Now they do have Fraud on the Namor, so they're playing this really. I mean, hey, they have the team up obviously for the Hulk, getting the Gamma Squids. Is Doom gonna get taken out? But it's fine. You have a Cocoon, you have a Res. As the Puny trying to make a little bit of space here onto the high ground, getting taken away.
What
he
is
wasn't able to grab
happening
the pack just yet.
with Shroud X?
They don't have the space.
Yeah, Fraud also just defending space beautifully up here on the top, aided by the Squid. Vision gonna have to self-res. Shroud X going on a long thing, and that's what I was saying here. When you go triple strategist on this particular point, the fight isn't over, and yet you look at the time. They've already lost about a minute 30. This is such a risk to run this composition on this point. I mean, we'll still see if it pans out. Ultimate ready to go right now for Monster when the need arises. Right now, going over the top, being a bit of a menace. Up and over and in. Meanwhile, gonna get the ult here used by your Shroud X looking to make their move. Meteor M nearly ready for Dogman. Gonna have to be a big one, I feel like, at this point to get things going. Citadel Gaming dropping ult to turn. The whale over finds Vision, a massive pickoff. I'm not even sure Vision has the Cocoon. I think the Cocoon was used earlier, so he's gonna have to run back the old-fashioned way. Doom, he's able to pick that one. 5 on 5 here so far, Vast.
Yeah.
Shroud X tries to make this work, but Doom now has a little bit of room to work with.
And it was a long, slow fight, but right now, Shroud X in a pretty strong point presence right now with Doom having the Galactic Legend, though taken down by Fraud. Fraud still up on this high ground, getting a lot of value here with the Gamma Squids, and Puny finally gonna get that rush down. And with Nuck still alive, this means that Shroud X have a pretty decent presence here on the point. The split here has been pretty effective. As Citadel Gaming still trying to contest, they are gonna have the invisible boundary if they want to commit. Exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna stay here with this. And Shroud X, they burned through their ult here, ZP, so they're gonna have this freedom charge, but after that, it's really just a karmic revival.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not guaranteed to get good value off it, but Doom still continues
Shroud X win this fight,
making things happen. Gets a pick
which
off
is
on
good
Monster,
for them.
This
map's hard to get first usually.
And Citadel Gaming may have to give this one up. It's nearly there. It is. And now the convoy is going to get on moving. Okay, Shroud X, they take the gamble on the triple strategist comp. They make it work. And now they might be getting some really crucial staggers. Up forward now is Shroud X. Seizing the opportunity up and in. Dogman, Meteor M, trying to make something happen now. Looking for the opportunity, not quite gonna find it. The shield's in his way. Usher though, down the Doom. Doom's again, make it happen. No
need the money though. They need the $100 per player.
Doomed in the neutral has been so good. But what about Doomed here with the Galactic Legend ready to go? Forced off a little bit here by Namor. Going back over to his team, not hitting the button here just yet. Still just pouring in damage as the convoy moves forward. With the invisible boundary being used here, Vast, the time has to be nigh.
Monster though, gonna be popping the Hulk ult, coming on in here, trying to make a lot of space. Fidel goes down, but they are gonna have the res available. They're gonna have a Karmic Revival used there, and now with Shroud X having all the members back up, using the Freedom Charge, using that damage boost, the movement boost, and along with the bonus health to just walk on in here. And now the pressure's on here for Mace to just wait and hold the Meteor M into the Galactic Legend, because there are no strategy builds available for Citadel Gaming.
And that's almost certainly going to be the interaction that comes up here. So, Meteor M, of course, popped on cue as soon as the Galactic Legend is used. Meteor M not going to get any value beyond just stopping Doom. Doom, though,
gets say that, but how is
Galactic Legend into the backline. However, being kept at bay by Usher here on the Hela has been making it work pretty well, as Shroud X has just been kind of stuck in place for a while.
15% of prize pool.
Going to be used.
So you actually think like $150 is important?
Gets a key strategist pickoff here for Shroud X. Maybe the stress of the good, but not
to Envy, who's spending like,
and does. Still 6v5 now for Shroud X. Frog gonna fall. And this should be the second point. Starting to head the way of SDX.
And Citadel, I mean, they're still committing holds. Valentina going to make it back and a pop the invisible boundary, but with Fidel having the Fidel Worlds, that should be an action. I think this, I mean, the whole smash being invested here is a little unfortunate because there's no way they're going to win this point. Barring a complete beat, but wait, Nuck down, but I think with the trade velocity, surely there should be enough damage here, especially with the Galactic Legend. I think it's just a long, slow loss, which is, you know, common in these kind of stagger fights for Marvel Rivals. And really, to me, I looked at Dongman and I see that pick, finding Valentina there, chasing through the invisible boundary. That's what you need when you're trading all these ults, like long term here for Shroud X. Dongman has to be getting value.
The back line goes in here for the customary blaster barrage at the end, but dropped into the ground. Maybe about to fall, but no. Said healers are going to be there. Still looking good is Doomed. Shroud X, they drop the Liberty Rush. Fraud, though, off the swap here, the Winter Soldier able to find on the Vision. Vision should have the self-res, I think. And yes, Shroud X still at a full 6. Citadel Gaming starting to get pushed back a bit, but it's a long slog.
Loved how Impunity played that, using the Captain America ult to make sure to give just the bonus health and the movement speed to his backline, just almost using it as another strategist ult. So now Citadel Gaming cleaned up here on the point. They're going to have a Karmic Revival to keep the fight going for a long time. Doomed close to another Galactic Legend, too.
Yeah, probably fun.
And once again, I'm going to keep my eyes on Dongman. Dongman has the Meteor M, needs to be able to burn someone through Valentina's invisible boundary here.
All right, Dogman, Meteor, ready to go. Doomed also way outbuilding Mace here, so Galactic Legend may have way more value than expected. So unless Doomed's able to stay alive, nearly gets picked off by the Namor pressure. Shroud X able to heal back up. Opportunity soon to be theirs. Doomed, Galactic Legend good to go. Dongman ready to follow up after. And it may let Doomed initiate first. However, in the neutral, Mace able to get onto Nuck. Rez is going to be there, and Shroud X, they decide to commit. All right, Fate of Both Worlds going to be used here. Doomed, Galactic Legend into the back. Going to be forcing out Regen Domain. Meteor M going to be dropped a little bit after. Dongman, are you going to find anything here? You do. You get one, but Mace gets way more into the back. Got 2 with this Meteor M, and that's vastly more value for Citadel Gaming.
I mean, I think the only problem is like for the marketing of this game is bad.
Especially
like the esport, like the tourneys they're fucking doing. Does anyone, like, does any regular person that's not very into Marvel Rivals know that there's a $3 million tournament going on right now as we speak?
Citadel Gaming, quick right now, 98%, about ready to go. Fate of Both Worlds is going to be used, and Fraud is going to wait here, Vast. As soon as it's done dancing, it's going to be time to start spinning here with the Tornado. Kraken Impact. Dropped meanwhile by Doom, not able to get anything, and now Mega Hurricane into the back line. It's looking to be a good one, blows him away in the back. Nuck out of there. Citadel Gaming should be able to get control of first point off that.
Bro, like, you guys don't understand what I'm saying.
Now Mace
getting a quick kidnap here. From
the don't know any Valorant players either, though. So you're telling me you don't know who Tens is? That would just be a lie. You'd just be like blatantly lying to everybody.
Tries to go in for a pick, gets punished by Mace. Shroud X down 1. They have to turn this one around 5v6 without a Wolverine, which really means so much pressure on
he said who's that? He's like 100% lying to like prove your point or something. That is sad.
Gets Usher and nothing else. Fall through, not immediately there. Vision going to the sky. Goss of Death used and immediately brought back to ground. Doomed running back over to the point now. Quick swap into the Psylocke. Shroud X buying some decent time. They lost Nuck though. They have to run back over. Doom, though, back in on the point. Here on the sidewalk. They realize the swap is here and nearly dies on entry. Impunity going down, and Shroud X really struggling to maintain control.
Oh, and the portal from Fraud. Look at that. Fraud in the spawn. It goes Doctor Strange, just materials to chop down that tree. It's just not going to happen. You can't cross it yet, but now the fight's still ongoing, forcing the regeneration domain as Doom popping the Galactic Legend late. They're going to chase down some of these stagger limbs. Citadel Gaming having to go all the way back. They might get brutally staggered here.
The stagger is so good for Shroud X. Only a minute is left remaining. Citadel Gaming, still a long way to go. Down, looking for the reset, so close to getting it, and yet, so far, not gonna get it here, in fact, and may get punished in turn. Target Rebirth may be on the menu.
Holy, he got tracked to Adam.
The Adam Warlock on top of it. Vision, not in his position to drop the Karmic Revival. I don't think it has Cocoon either here. No, it does have Cocoon. Where is the
How
Revival?
does no one track the Adam? Like, how do you...
the biggest Karmic Revival we have ever seen.
The problem
Citadel sucks, bro.
There's no ults. There's no ults, right? So it's a completely neutral fight. The Karmic Revival's out. The Citadel Gaming still in a very strong position on the point. The regeneration may though gaining force pretty early.
Like, so obvious that's our only play. That's our only win condition. Is Adam rezzing and rezzing everyone.
Doomed. Impunity, meanwhile, gets the punish. Doom, though, is going to get chased
all
down.
you have to do is follow him when he dies. It was literally a 1v20.
That's the benefit of this composition with
No one followed him.
Doomed off the self-res. Blaster Barrage gets another 2.
They actually lost it too. They would have won guaranteed if Storm just followed him.
And that, I mean, I think you called it. That might be the highest impact Karmic Revival we've seen in ages. Seen a lot of value from this previously. We just have to close out, and that's been the consistent issue with them. It's just closing out when they have those advantages. And I think Wolverine and having that into a no Magneto comp for Citadel, pretty good advantage, pretty decent. Citadel instead choosing to play a very spam heavy comp. This is poke. I mean, you have the Squirrel Girl, you have the Punisher, so this is a very, very poke heavy composition for them. Just break the hole.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is entirely tailored to just getting out of the spawn. I don't know if they're necessarily going to stick, at least on the Squirrel Girl, as they get a little bit deeper, because the problem when you play Squirrel Girl is that you are just supercharging the other team's ability to use strategist ults. But very quick, Squirrel Stampede going to be built up. And I do wonder, is this a swap? You've gone back in the spawn, you sure? Do you want to stay here on the Squirrel Girl? And right now the answer is still
why
yes.
do you sure not ult in the group? Why do you ult outside of it?
You do not see the Terror Cape getting a limb typically onto Mace. I mean, that's like very uncommon. So right now, Citadel still trying to break it out of this hold. And just like you said, the Squirrel Girl charged a ton of early strategist ults. So Shroud X still holding strong here. They have the Cloak and Dagger available still. They have the Eternal Ball for Videl. Gonna be popped now for Videl. Citadel Gaming waiting to wait it out. Probably gonna try to drop the Strangling Prison again is Usher as another tsunami. Again, that's Squirrel Tsunami. But instead just gonna pop the Final Judgment.
Well, look, I mean, the quick building goes both ways. Eternal Bomb was used from Shroud X, but they're now gonna walk away from Final Judgment, decide, okay, we actually don't need a piece of that here just yet. We'll let you get a little bit of room.
What the fuck is happening?
Mace. Meanwhile, Sonic Seduction, Citadel Gaming still trying to break on out. They're able to take down Doomed. However, Dongman with the Meteor M finds Antina. Meanwhile, Agamotto over and in, knocks out 2. Usher gonna fall as a result. Monster's still alive.
Well, this was a very successful spawn camp.
Maintaining their hold. Here's Dongman. Just walks a little bit forward, and surely you swap off the Squirrel Girl now.
Or the Punisher. I mean, either one, because I think kind of the problem here, it's a double. You want to break this very early with this comp, and if you're stuck on it, then you're kind of just feeding tons of ults to Shroud X, right? Like, you're just giving them strategy ult, and you don't have like a lot of ability to just like brawl super effectively on the point. And finally, I think Citadel making some swaps. They're gonna keep the Squirrel Girl, but they put Fraud now into the Wolverine, which I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit more happy about that, trying to burn through this triple Vanguard composition.
Monster right now in all sorts of danger. Doom
Monster
says, I'll take the
he
field
was a
trip up
fucking
and over
DPS off angling.
Get rid of you on the side. No. While this goes on, Nuck does get picked off, so Shroud X still down 1. We got a clobber time in here from Beauty. Shroud X just walking forward off the swap to Thing. Doomed right now, slicing up along with Fraud. Fraud able to get a little bit more. Usher finally him pay dirt here on the Squirrel Girl. Takes down Vision. A little bit of life now for Citadel Gaming. Investing with the dance, with the Strangling Prison. Shroud X
that's a zero man.
Giving up some ground.
I'm pretty sure that was zero man for Monster. I mean, this is disastrous. I'm gonna say they've won the fight, but this is disastrous. I mean, look at the time bank.
Let's be
There's
honest
a minute
here.
on the clock.
You got the Cloak and Dagger.
They have
Girl able to just dodge the Meteor M at the last moment. Meanwhile, we got the invisible boundary gonna be dropped here from Citadel Gaming as they try and withstand. Vision though, up over, drops down.
By the eye of Agamotto.
On either of the two, but Dongman wasn't
by the eye of Agamotto.
Working around one by one. Shroud X taking control here once again, and the time is nearly gone to Vast. It's only 18 seconds left.
Remember how Hex said this is the most NA could get? It's feeling very, like, extremely North American. I'm feeling it. Right now, I'm feeling the content of North America, the spirit of it, in the chat, in the game currently, because X accept the last stand.
I think if you're Fidel, you immediately open your Eternal Bond. You don't wait for an opportunity to be had. You get people healed up, you dive over and in. Meanwhile, Fraud here on the Wolverine looking for the pickoff. Doomed is down early before the Eternal Bond can heal, so kind of misplay here from Shroud X. Clobbering time in here from Impunity. It's a 4-man clobbering time and Fraud goes down. Clobbering time from Impunity, keeping Shroud X here in the fight. Here comes Dogman off to the skies. Meteor M looking, connects. Stops that dance cold in its tracks, rips her off the dance floor as Shroud X now with a real opportunity to hold. Meanwhile, Vision, back in impact, 2, 3, in the air he goes. 4,
Shameless
5,
comeback.
Small down, Shroud X, they get the first point hold.
Oh no. Oh no, North America, I'm feeling it. I'm just feeling the presence of North America right now. I mean,
perhaps a little bit of
Wait,
stabilization
you
right
guys
now.
know there's some people who like legit can't swallow pills no matter how small it is?
Intense. Doom, though, was able to shake a little bit of the pressure, getting ready for round 2. Meanwhile, we got the clone coming in from Nuck. Dongman holding on the Meteor M. And it's all taking place indoors right now.
Possible.
And Meteor M, why not? Float to the ceiling, see what happens. 2 end up going down. And Shroud X doing a much better job of cycling ults to get some progress.
And on top of that, too, not only have they broken this hold faster, but in return, they're on a better comp, right? They're going to have a little bit stronger just positioning post this fight.
Wild rock, pod, deliver, oil.
But overall, should be just a slow loss.
Grabs them all together.
That's why I take my creepy. You just fucking like one scoop it.
Might not be there. Take a look at Vision here on the outskirts.
Some people put in their drinks, so that's just nasty. It turns like powdery or some shit.
Enough damage done though. The force Citadel gaming back.
You sure though, going down, there's a lot of damage off the field. There is going to be an Ayagamotto available. As Domin trying to commit this Meteor M early, knowing there's no bubbles, could find one, and I mean, through the damage velocity goes
usually
down.
before stream, but today I didn't. But I'll probably go after this game, or after the 100 Thieves match.
Bubbles. There's nothing to be good. They could close it out.
Yeah, I mean, they have a chance to put Shroud X away here, but this next fight has to be perfect. Touch.
Tomorrow will probably be like...
Let's start things off here. Into the prison, into the eye of Agamotto.
No, tomorrow will
3 down from Shroud X, but they did the entire bank of Ast. That is the downside.
Probably like
here.
a 9-hour stream.
Shroud X still has about 50 seconds left to come back in, but it's way closer than you would have thought with how this one started. What could have been disaster. Last stand, nearly up. Clobbering time. Used Fidel, though. Gonna dance all the pain away. Here comes Doomed. Up, over. Last stand. Is it gonna connect enough? The Kraken impact over the top. Vision. Getting the executes. 2, 3. Can we have 4? We got 4. Looking for a little bit more. Shroud X says reverse sweep. You bet it's on the menu.
Oh, North America, you've done it again. And realistically, it was really close. That would be, challenger, I think, just contender for this week. With him being gone, they've played a ton of Iron Fist with Terra. So they're going to use the Iron Fist kind of chase down the back line and look for some of those flankers, some of the flyers even.
Vision, first pick onto the Iron Fist.
Terra wouldn't die that fast, that's for sure.
Opening pick, good for Shroud X. Fidel able to fall on through. And Citadel Gaming, this kind of reminded me of the very beginning of map 1 where they were struggling a little bit. And Shroud X was really able to just stand strong. And once more, Citadel Gaming can be off on the back foot to start a domination map.
Backline.
Whoa.
Fraud.
That didn't look good.
A lot of dash charges at the very beginning. Meanwhile, Galactic Legend in here from Doom. In over the top. Just flying over the natural cover and setting up for Impunity. Impunity actually the biggest kill stills of all time as Doom just knocks down 4. But truly, the liberty of America, the one taking the credit for it.
What is this reverse sweep, bro?
Shroud X though, with
Sambo.
the soul surgeons, able to stay alive. Meanwhile, Dongman, Meteor M, up to the sky. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be Hella. Taking a trip back to spawn. Dongman connecting for 1. Vision falling through here, getting the angle here on the backhand side, and Citadel Gaming, they've dropped the invisible boundary here of Ast, but it's a fight that just may be lost.
That was a really good sports slumber there from Nuck to make sure they could just wait, save up those right clicks. It's now Dongman finding 1, finding 2, the Galactic Legend to help clean up this point here. And Shroud X looking like they're going to take the first round of Krakoa. And the triple res comp looked pretty good for them there, right? I think overall, Doomed, Impunity looked like a solid duo. The backline.
And the God of Mischief. Doomed into the back. Good value off the Blaster Barrage. But here we go, Kraken impact in here from Yusher, and Vision down right away.
It's comebackable.
Cause a reset though, wasn't hit by the Kraken impact. But Invisible Boundary gonna be dropped here by Citadel Gaming. They want to secure the one pick advantage that they've already gotten. Shroud X
it's not over till the fat girl sings.
Here, and
you have to say?
For the next round.
I don't actually
dropping
know.
the Galactic Legend. It's gonna be all on the table. The ult bank again fully emptied here by Shroud X. And we'll see if it pays off. Doom was able to get one off the Galactic Legend, and it is a fully rejuvenated Shroud X team.
That lady?
The
what does that mean? Like, what does that even mean?
Okay, Doom gonna go down.
Not
still
over till the
gonna
fat
be available
lady
for
is that like a
war
reference or no?
Gonna clean up Monster. Doom still just keeping so much pressure here onto the backline, and this long fight there.
That
no
like
team
a
has
war
capped
reference.
yet, but there's a stain here for Shroud XCP. It's just been so ever present and boosts Karmic Revival.
It's the end, the climax of the opera. So like every opera, like choir, like collection has one fat ass girl that sings at the very end of the performance.
With two, Karmic Revival though, over and in, but is this going to feed Yusher even more? Karmic Revival. Not much impact. However, Dogman off the meteor end was able to take down Yusher. Stops the reset chain. Shroud X still able to contest here on the point. Even Citadel Gaming working with a bit of an edge.
And yeah, with the regeneration of Go Domain and Impunity down, I mean, there still is a chance for Shroud X to make the recontest happen. They are still going to have players up and available, but Citadel Gaming looking very strong here on the point. Mate's going to take down Dongman. That's a big anchor down. And I think a big issue here, when you look at the late into that fight, ZP, is that once again,
the fat lady can hit the notes harder because of lung size
goes
dip?
down, and then it's like,
is that
okay,
how it
well, we have
works?
nothing to deal with some of those later ultra.
I thought you just get fatter,
coming into all that
like,
damage.
you don't.
So technically, we've had two of those answers that we know, but so far, yes, as the engage happens, there's gonna be the freedom charge, getting that extra bonus health, getting the moon speed, but Mace,
that's actually a glitch, bro. Like you could actually enter one of those competitions and like, if they accept you, just literally eat like a psychopath, gain like 80 pounds before you go.
Burning even more of the bank here. Shroud X though.
Because then it'll like make your chances of winning so much higher.
Soul Resurgence don't really get what they want, so.
Oh yeah, it's probably that. That sounds like very familiar.
Meteor M.
It's on Netflix.
Dominant able to find velocity. Shroud X. This could be the opening they need. Citadel Gaming, they have to withstand this. Dance of Butterfly from Fraud. Able to even things back up. 5-on-5. Nuck though, able to get the res, putting Shroud X back in the driving seat again. Monster right now, under pressure, 100 HP, needs to stay alive and can't. Doomed, able to finish off. We are in overtime. Shroud X was able to flip the point. Citadel Gaming on the verge of being eliminated. Doomed grabs another. Blaster Barrage, good to go. Here comes the Kraken impact though. Can this be turned back around? Yusher thinks he has a chance, and no, Vision gonna deny the resets. Shroud X nearly there. Monster gonna go for the portal back on in. Still not out of options is Citadel Gaming. They're jumping through the portal. They're going for the contest, but they're losing players bit by bit here, Vast.
I think the options are over. The options are now over. It's time to call it quits, unfortunately, for Citadel Gaming. But great for Shroud X. Finally closing out there at map 5, and really well played there, just getting some